I hope y'all having a great evening. far out. Um, so I wanted to step in real quick and brush off these three articles before I make my page for. Let me give you a little tunes, but turn it down some so you can hear me still. All right. So first thing first, the missing and exploited children's website. I think I'd like to show y'all how I get to the website. All right, so the first one down in the bottom, how I get to it is from missingkids.org, and then so I noticed the website is not real easy to. One moment, it's not real easy to navigate because there's different sections. I'm trying to see if I can get my microphone to sound louder because it's I sound a little far away. I guess it doesn't sound too bad now. It's okay for me. I was trying to hide my microphone so I didn't look that much of a geek. But it is what it is. Okay, so I was reading, but my microphone was muted. So this is decreased crime because it's free. Everybody has to work together to solve the issues that are in the community as a whole. If we're waiting for sisters, if we're waiting for a man, and people, if we're waiting on the police or the government to fix the problems that's going on in our community, well, it's too late in the game to be thinking that that's going to work like that. We're going to have to get together with some friends, neighbors, and law-abiding citizens that just don't want to allow the heathens just to run over the building, and wherever that building is if it's the home, the public, everywhere on earth. I think we've been getting preached the wrong message, as if the scriptures doesn't show us. We are not supposed to allow the violent and the abusers to just run over us. That's not scripture based. A lot of people want to play the cards as if the Bible's about being uh, uh, super, super passive and not, you know, making yourself available to go to war. I will say that the Bible is written of a patriot tone, but if you really investigate it, the only reason why it's written in a patriotic mode is because if you look at it, um, if you look at it, excuse me, I had to pause for a second. But if you look at it, the only reason why it was written in the patriotic mode was because um, the men are stronger. So in that sense, the men are. Um, when it comes down to a woman, if you take a man my same height and my same um, weight, he's naturally more stronger than I am. So in that sense, I'm marginalized. So that's why the Bible is written in a patriotic form. Stuff don't get to happen wrong, and all of a sudden you're blaming the one that you can overpower. In that sense, the one that you've been able to victimize for um, from what most can fathom and get away with it. In the past, there wasn't cameras and recorders on you, and I think that's part of the kit that we need to come up with for every woman, every child, every female should have a phone on her hip with a camera, because without proof that this stuff happens, it's almost like you're making it up. um, you know how many people are able to say that I'm doing them wrong without them even caring to investigate it? And unfortunately, people who have money versus people who do not go through the system is polar opposite when it comes down to how the cases roll out, you know. But let's look at this. Um, Another one here. We have Tanya Williams. She's been missing since April 14, 2022 from Decatur, Georgia, and she's 17 years old now. Let's look at one more. This is Shakana Hannah. She's been missing since March 12th of 2022. She's missing from Savannah, Georgia, and she's 15 years old now. Um, the other story I wanted to talk about was this one with the teacher. The teacher apparently, okay, so the teacher apparently was doing a science fair project, and that this case is from the state of, excuse me, Texas middle school teacher actually sent in their resignation. Their um, data is actually being withheld currently because there's an open criminal investigation. But a middle school in Georgia, um, the teacher apparently, it says, put sanitizer on the kid's hand and then set it on fire in a science experiment. And unfortunately, the 12-year-old um, child experienced third-degree burns. So that's extremely terrible. The other article for the rest of the folks that still use old school stamps to mail stuff off, in the summer they're going to be going up from 55 cents to 60 cents. So my penny crunching people, folks, we might want to start couponing. And lastly, it's the situation with um excuse me, in South Carolina. So basically there's a Richard Moore, 57. He's actually going to be scheduled for execution April 29th for a 2001 conviction of he was charged with murder and armed robbery. Apparently, back in Spartanburg County in 1999, he went into a convenience store and killed the clerk in the store trying to rob the store. So he's going to be executed April 29th. Now, he does have a choice of picking to be electrocuted or lethal injection or a firing squad. Those are the available options. Now, Moore will be the first person executed since 2011 in the state of South Carolina because there was a halt there due to the fact that the state was having a hard time trying to um, They were saying that the it was illegal to use lethal injection, so the state had to, pretty much get squared away paperwork wise. And for as the drug being, lethal injection, um, is the reason why the state had paused on the lethal injections, because it was ruled illegal drug. I don't know if people remember hearing in the news about the lethal injection is illegal because the drug was illegal. But uh, 11 years later, in the state of South Carolina, on April 29th of this month, which is in 20 days, on a the 29th, I can't get my calendar to show for some odd reason. So it's actually on a Friday. He's going to be executed. A Richard Moore, 57 years old, on April 29th. So I had actually left the links to all of these articles on in the description bar. So people who want to kind of dig a little bit more um, are willing to do so, because I actually put the information down there for you. Um, I feel like I should stay longer on these. I guess it's because there's always some news to tell and it's interesting in what I pick. I guess when I pick these and I come on here, I'm trying to bookmark them for some odd reason. But so the next live or the video that I do, I don't know. I wanted to do a little rocksmith. I'm trying to learn how to play the electric guitar and showing you guys on my journey. And because it's something you have to do every day. It's like learning another language. I'm assuming, because I don't necessarily speak fluently another language, but I would love to be able to do that as well. Perhaps there's other people that want to do that, and we to come up with some kind of organization that we can maybe gather some funds from the people and grants from the government to maybe perhaps build something for a lot of these missing women. We could be in communities where there's just women that seem like they have no business being there or something. They could actually not know that their identity for one reason or the other, and actually had been at one point in time, if not one of these missing children's. It's possible. um, we have heard stories. It has been stories in the past about people just assuming, because they never knew anything different and wasn't told anything different, that the people that they were with were their parents, but when in actuality they were kidnapped. And y'all could be some cruel people out here from time to time. And there's different ways of resetting things. But you know So that's all I had to say, guys. Please, like, subscribe, share, comment. Um, my Cash App is a dollar sign decreasecrown.com. Look, I'm a little like a deer in the headlight. I don't do a lot of makeup. Reason being is because it's pretty much like ground up rocks that you're putting in your face. But I try to sleep during regular sleeping hours, and that actually can make people, face look as if they don't need makeup or if they already have some on. And I know it's like late night, and I'm in here with the, um, dark voice and everything. But, this is just how I like to do this platform. It's just another voice for, people to, situations to be re-heard and learned. It's scripture based. It says that we make the same mistakes because everybody is too busy partying all the time. No one is looking at what happened in the past so we can learn from this. Clearly, with that teacher, no one can say that that was an accident. No one can say that that was intentional because technically it was the teacher mindset in when they was doing that. If the teacher was out there like, one of these kids one day, that's why it's it's very vital to get a job that you like and you enjoy and you kind of are able to mesh with the culture there. Otherwise, it can become a situation to where, people are ending up on the news. And we don't know if it's out of pure, folks are just being purely racist out here. It's real hard to, tell, what's um don't know if it's because, people are just having a nervous breakdown, but it's just a nervous breakdown, what they would call uh, interpersonal skills. They're not very easy to acquire. But with, good, real good listening skills. We can tend to create a win-win situation for everybody, and I believe that's the best angle to go in. But like I said, I want to just do these as like maybe 5, 7 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 is probably, too many or tops. So, um, I'm in the infancy stage of building this platform, but yeah, I would like for it to be, um, all right, I'm still here. I would actually like, for it to be um and I don't know if that banner on the top or whatever some people call it, the scroll, if it's irritating, so I can click it off, let me know um what other people think. And so I will go ahead and get out of here with love, one love. So it's all about love. I definitely want to say I love you. Until next time, stay